Good evening, America. This petition that I ask y'all to sign, members of https www.care2.com. Allow me this venue for vintaged relic vieja 64. Allow me to hand a personal walk amongst corporations to TM religion, government, Kamuban, of course. This is difficult for me. For those who have harmed our country, are most lost in their self-righteousness. Corporate accountability. First, Mortgage in America by Leonard Downey Jr. The real cost of real estate speculation. I wear my glory for a reason, and I will speak of that later. This is my flag. Do you understand? I'm looking at the monitor for my computers. Well, suffice. I shall speak of this later. Let's go on. I know we must be brief. I understand. It makes me angry, brief. Because how can brief define the harm handed by those who want everything for free, as corporations, small businesses, government, religion, hold the puppet strings. Supplies, allow me. All right. One moment. They do it the Hebrew way. It's on the back. Leonard Downey Jr., the deputy metropolitan editor of the Washington Post, spent 1971 to 72 traveling throughout the United States and Europe on an Alice Patterson Foundation Fellowship to study urban growth. No stranger to the workings of the real estate industry, Downey has won a Baltimore, Washington Newspaper Guild front page award for his 1968 series of articles on home improvement fraud in Washington's inner city neighborhoods as well as John Hancock Award for Business and Financial Writing, Downey Prize-winning series of articles on the Court of General Sessions in the nation's capital led him to write, "Justice Denied," the case for reform of the courts. Pray God, 1971. And he was also a contributor to the 10 Blocks from the White House, An Anatomy of the Washington Riots of 1968 by Ben W. Gilbert and staff at the Washington Post. This is Krieger Publishers, New York, Washington. Jacket designed by Jim and Rochelle, UDEL. An unconscionable windfall profits. Behind the scenes hide local government figures, often real estate investors themselves. They assign the zoning classifications. They explode land values to exorbitant sums. Their decisions locate the roads, the sewers, and the water lines that will bring profitable urban growth in their own directions. The author chronicles the rise and sometimes fall of the developers who transformed older but thriving city neighborhoods into lifeless clusters of concrete and glass towers. Not surprisingly, the speculators learn their tricks by building cheap suburban developments, turning productive farmland into sprawling car-choked suburbs that now ring America's metropolitan areas. These same real estate magnates have never jumped on the new town bandwagon, capitalizing, it's the glass. These same real estate magnates have now jumped on the new town bandwagon, capitalizing on that trend in their pursuit of profits. Looming behind them are the giant conglomerates GAC, Boise Cascade, Horizon, ITT, rushing to parcel out which is left of America's wilderness. They fill the shorelines, deserts, and mountainsides with ill-planned and sometimes downright fraudulent vacation and retirement home developments. What about the future? Downey scrutinized the highly touted new towns and placing them against the background of their innovative European counterparts, finds them wanting. He comes up with some new and highly controversial conclusion that the destructive patterns of real estate abuses that are now misshapen urban America. And what does... You need to get this book. This is blasphemy to the principles of the Constitution. One nation under God. Get the book. Go East, Young Man. The Early Years. The Autobiography of William Douglas. You must read this. Corporations have failed. Not only their URL, and that we are self-governance, and our goal is to bring to the community. Instead, they take from it. Corporate accountability, then small business accountability. Currently, I reside in Westport, Washington. We moved from Hood, Los Angeles, because Hispanics and Mexicans would not allow a white man to work with them. Republic Services. Donald Slager is the CEO. Republic Services is a foreign entity registered in Florida, a for-profit. North Long Beach on 67th and Paramount is their plant. Over 200. My husband was sent there by True Blue Company, Labor Ready, Southgate, Los Angeles. Orville went one day, and they had this great big, I can't curse, it offends politically correct. Though at 64, I sure in the hell think I could be able to do that. Suppose Guadalupe, or Lupe, big healthy man. Gluttony was apparent. Didn't like Orville because he was a white man. Era gringo, era güero. Suppose Orville calls me on the second day on the way to work saying that True Blue Company, a Forbes magazine, what is it, a 4-star company, True Blue Company, CEO Stephen Cooper, housed in Tacoma, Washington. Allow me. Have patience with me. I'm not well. I am good. God carries me. I have a right to smoke this, though our children seem to have given it that right too young. Oh God. Suppose Orville called me. Nigga. They don't want me to go back. I said, why? Lama, ¿por qué? El laca, why? ¿Por qué? Well, Lupe don't like me. I said, you kiss my black ass. You turned around on that goddamn freeway after you drove 20 miles. No, you don't call Labor Ready, Southgate. You don't call Lupe. You go. And the reason they didn't want him there was because he's a white man. A white man. I lost my lighter. Oh. Anyway, he worked that day. And he proved himself. They, a Mexican, working in America, who can't even speak English, refuses to assimilate. How in the hell did they get their commercial driver's license? How? They got it. Suppose the Mexican took a disliking to Orville. Because everybody was talking. You know how these Mexicans get. I know. Because I'm one of them. I'm Mexican. with a little touch of Czechoslovakian. Suffice, or you put Orwell on the receiving end of a dumpster, and purposely downhill try to run him over. In America, a world power. How you doing, Eric Garcetti? Suffice, Orwell came home telling me about that. And at that time, you know how these Mexicans can get. They were having issues with us. That's another story. Anyway, I started to protest. One woman protest. I was so gone. It was 2012 or 2013 or something like that. 14. With a boombox. A boombox, 9-inch heels. Mind you, I'm a relic. I want to make sure they can see me. I want to make sure that civil rights violators can see me. And glory. This flag has much history that I have added to it in just cause for America. Surprise! At first they thought it was funny, whatever. Then I started to affect people. Can you imagine an old woman affecting people? It was the dancing. Anyway, truckers started coming by. Other people started coming by. They heard of me. But Orwell had worked for a corporation, I can't recall the name, who did senior housing. We'll talk about that in a minute. Anyway, they already knew me. Oh my God. So I just went, and then they were having these union voting for president. The guy walks over, mind you, was an SEIU union steward in Portland, Oregon. So we started talking, and then they got all scared. What's this woman saying about these people? What's she saying? So they got wind. You know how these white people get. They do anything to get a signature or a vote. How you doing, Hillary? How you doing, Bernie? That was pretty intense what was done to Senator Barbara Boxer. Establishment or not. Excuse me. Too much is going on. That's why I say we can't walk a tweeter limiting character. We're talking realities. We're talking just cause. So anyway, I increased it. And they got angrier and angrier. And they kept on messing with Orwell. And I got angrier. Surprise. They got an 18-wheeler, an experienced Mexican who drove an 18-wheeler to run over our truck, Henry. Gracia, my service dog, I had just gotten her. Surprise. The intent of that Mexican was to damage our truck completely. They never met a Mexican with a touch of Czechoslovakian in them. And a blessed mother with a cornerstone. A baby you can. So I saw this son of a bitch go up to the gate, get off, and talk to the people. And they were laughing and carrying on. You know how Mexicans can be. Surprise! He got back in the truck and started backing up and had no intention of stopping because he was increasing his speed. Garcia was tied to the door. I fell in love with her immediately. Though she prefers oral audacity. Children. Surprise! I jumped on the back of the bed and I cursed him out. And they saw I wasn't going to get off. I got a picture and it's on Facebook. Where the bed, the back of the truck went all the way to the wheel, the back wheels. The very last wheels hit our truck. That was public services. They all knew what they were doing. And I emailed that Donald Slago, the CEO of that foreign entity for profit. I shown the hell dead. It went on Facebook. I think Facebook blocked me. Them liberals. And I was a liberal. I really was. I was Democrat and Democracy. Into these corporations like public services. Surprise, the gangs were pissed. Go figure. Anyway, these were Mexicans. They stoned us. They threw rocks at us for walking Martin Luther King. Not a Ferguson. I'm not like that. I was raised by a good mother. And then their father threatened to shoot us. There's a Mexican. Them good people of Obama's. $1.1 trillion. I told him, shoot me, go ahead. Because what you going to do? At that time, his daughter, God interceded. His daughter started talking. And then she just melted. Well, I speak in the Holy Ghost. Hesitation is because I know most are not Christians, even though they claim it. Y'all don't understand tongues or the Holy Ghost. So anyway, let me keep on. Time. Microgramming time. So but she turned to him and he was quiet. And she said to me, forgive him. Perdona, no entiende. Forgive me, he doesn't understand. And his mother put him up to it. Old woman. And things keep going worse and worse and worse. Paramount Police, a man from India, oh my God, a cop, laid in wait for me. But they knew what road I took. I'm an old buzzard. I take the same route. Surprise. And this is Los Angeles, going from Koreatown all the way to North Long Beach. Because Orville could not get a job. Because in a booming building, the government is giving them the money, they wouldn't hire a white man. Ain't that something? But they sure did like the other stuff. I do declare. Surprise. They promised him employment. They dragged him along. Thanksgiving came along. Oh, we're going to give you that of big barrels and barrels of turkey. And I worked contract before. Not like the caliber of expressed temporary, total leftist type liberal. It's a Robert Buck audacity. Or that True Blue Company of Stephen Cooper, Tacoma. No. I worked for Kelly Services. Well, they were Kelly girls then. I was a Kelly girl. And they treated me with respect. Respect. That's a corporation that's accountable. Like International Business Machines, IBM. I worked for them contract. They wanted to hire me. But then I liked Sperry too. SBA Memorex. Going to Tyson's Corners, going to Georgetown. My joy was I was learning. And I taught myself things. Let's get back on this garbage. This went on into January, and then finally my protesting bothered them so much they had these cops on me from Paramount and Long Beach. I was walking to Ramona Paul to take Glacia for her stroll. In a dead end again, a cop, a white cop, and a woman from India, a cop, literally almost hit me. They were so close, and then they told me that I was blocking their way. Immediately, because people knew me. They knew my character. They knew I was holy, in the sense that I was of God. So as Black America came out, some of the black families came out of their apartments, and the Hispanics came out too, the Mexicans, right away to my defense. And I didn't stand down. That's accountability. We're the cops' accountability. Yet I support the cops 101%. I think what Obama did to the cops is bullshit. And I voted for the fool twice, and politics for him. Surprise. They did all of that. But let's go back further, a little bit further. Let's go to Ramona's Senior Housing. Multi-family builders, Palm Communities on Figueroa. There again, white people. All Mexicans. It's like here in Westport. It's like Aberdeen. All you see is Mexicans working as white people walk around. Whoa, what the hell is going on? Surprise. All of them worked that hard. And I mean, that corporation was like every other corporation, like the public services. Donald Slager's bullshit. They would bring in booze, the Mexicans would. They bring in whores. Promise. Accountability. They bring in drugs. God dang it. I was not allowed to walk in the building, not even use the water closet, because I wasn't going to stay in hood Los Angeles. God dang it, everybody was pissed. I couldn't even walk on the street without, surprise. I go drop him off, I wait till daylight, and then I go exploring. I resided in Long Beach, right on the beach. Surprise. Mexicans. With their Home Depot buckets, which they had got off of a laundry, had gone into that senior housing that was being built by our tax dollars and began to take off all the plumbing. All will come running to the car. You're not going to believe what's going on. I said, what? You're not going to believe, Nikki, that Mexicans came in there, cleaned out the place. They're going to have to replace everything on one floor. We paid for that. And then Rick, I can't remember his last name, Rick, the superintendent, was into pornography. Oh, I tell you, and then they had this nepotism going through. They had a cousin or something of the owner working for them. Accountability. And on our tax dollars. Well, anyway, their protege, their family, let it loose to Orville that Rick would lock himself in and do the, the porno thing, the Bernie thing. Anyway, his wife had kicked him out. I don't blame him. He was going to the gentleman's club down the street. And these are good bosses. I mean, really, he took off Orville in his office and asked him. There was a spool of copper. Copper. Do you know how much copper goes for? Ask Orville how much money he could get for that. I started fucking protesting. Then right after that, dang well, oh my God. And then, then the Mexican homosexuals from Wendy's painting. Oh my God, it was every morning, every day it was something new. I was taking photographs of everything. Then, Orville and I recycle to supplement our pay because, driving 40 miles a day, takes gas and tears the truck up. It's the very same truck we got now. A Toyota. Suffice. Orville was asked permission with scrap marine to scrap metal. From the third floor, 2 Mexicans. One from Labor Ready. How you doing, Stephen Cooper? Anyway, I was sitting in the truck. Because it was the whole time to go. That's when it took time to go. I come back. I was looking up. I didn't know Gomer was on the bottom. All comes over. Them motherfucking Mexicans. They tried to... Nikki, they pushed that shit on me. This is Palm Communities on Figueroa in downtown Hood, LA. Can you believe that shit? And then these Mexicans hated Orville real bad. I mean, real bad. Because Orville's getting everything done. I mean, it was... That white man, Rick, had those Mexicans piss on purpose. Train people, or carpenters, piss on purpose in toilets. That weren't functioning yet. And Orville had to clean it. That's a white man doing for a white man to please a Mexican crew. Suffice, that was before Republic Services. Accountability. Ramona Senior Park, senior housing is already completed, and still there is no accountability. None. Well, the people that are living with them, and mind you, I was eligible to go in there and try, but because I was protesting, and it was just me and a video. I took videos of Mexicans not working, milking the time. Like the drivers of Republic Services. They may have to make sure they get their 12 hours. They'll park somewhere. Ain't that something? Accountability. Suffice. That's one. Now let's go to the next one. Pep Boys. Hoover and Washington. Close to where the Dream Children go to Los Angeles Technical College, where I was going to enroll in until I went in there and saw the mess. That was once a highly acclaimed technical school. And then when I saw them children, Dream Children, on Vermont, on Hoover and Washington, getting into vehicles, I said, goddamn Obama, I don't think this is merit. That's accountability again. Everything is accountability. Surprise Pep Boys is there. We needed some tires. All making good money. Good thanks to God. He was making good money. We need to go buy tires. Suffice, the Mexican who couldn't speak English refused to sell us the tires. It took 2 Mexican supervisors and a black manager, and still he was grumbling. That nice 1.1 trillion let them in. Left the lug nuts loose. We drove 40 miles. You say there's no God. For over a month. And I kept on saying, well, there's something wrong with the tires. But you know, man, they know best. Then, that Mexican was not only that pissed and more, he cut the tit off the spire. Another Mexican showed us. Nice people. Accountability. Pep Boys ain't accountable. Then AutoZone. Oh my God. On Vermont. All Mexicans. And one black man. Black lives have value. I want you to go down there and see how Mexicans treat these black people. I was protesting them. This flag has more history than it thought it would ever get. And they'd all come out. Oh, they hated me. That's good. But I don't like what they did to our country. Divide. Accountability. I asked, because these Mexicans were talking bad about the black man. I asked him, how you feel about this? And I said it in English. And he just put his head down. He got to work. And then right away they start attacking me. These are at work. They start attacking me verbally. We breed like whatever. We have a lot of kids. This is our country. This is my California. And I said, well, how's the water? We have all the water we want. I love that. AutoZone knows how to hire. Then, Rouse on 3rd in Vermont. Because everybody knew by then. It's a metropolitan city, but I was never protesting. Because that's my right. I'm retired. I'm bored. And you are evil. Anyway, I'm sorry. Surprise, Ralph's Supermarket. There again, Mexicans. Then a black man working, because I like catfish. I'm from the South. They fry some mean catfish nuggets. Anyway, this black man was going to get some good points with these Mexicans. He cooked my catfish nuggets and put them on the counter, and then with his hand pushed them over the edge. I tell you, they crazy. What's wrong with people that work for these corporations is they have no training in customer service, because it's their ego in home training that is their preference. I walked away. Oh God, they got the cops there too, just like here in Westport. Everything. And what? Surprise. I walked there. It's not very far from Olympic 3rd. I walked there. And I did my grocery shopping. I'm going to take a shuttle. That's the second time I've taken it. Well, we talked on the bus before. They were kind of pissed. And then everybody yak like they do in a small town. That Mexican, and this is Ralph's Supermarkets, didn't allow anyone to board but me. I said, oh my God. Then the door's locked. Then he says, what is wrong with this country is the negros. Oh my God. I said, what's wrong with this country? Son los mexicanos. Quieren todo. Son muertos de hambre. No accountability. Surprise. It just escalated. By the time I got home, I made him carry my groceries to my door. And then food for last. Oh my God. Again, Mexicans. Surprise. That was Pep Boys. Accountability. The treasure box, which is being distributed by the Hollywood Presbyterian Church there on Gower. They had this homosexual by the name of Matthew who was in charge. We were paying for the food. And he told me in a parking lot while everybody was we were all getting food, they're very close, body to body. He turned to me, and then he turned to my husband and says, I want him. And elaborated. Accountability. Then, the dispensaries, the compassionate act. The compassionate act, dispensaries. They were very angry. Because of what they did. They would bring prostitutes, pimps. Oh my God, it was so funny. They brought these pimp. I mean, they knew, everybody knows our routine. We're old people, we do it the same way every day. I needed my medication. God dang, I was hurting. And he did too. He was hurting. God dang, he was working hard. Surprise. They knew when we'd go there. They'd start following us. from North Law, from Paramount. And then others would pick up on Alameda and the rest. All the way down. But this pimp bought this whole his stable. Black woman was just, looked like a Washington crowd producer's choice for employee of the month. Surprise. I don't know what's wrong with you. People think everybody, because everybody takes it. Children see this, everybody takes it. I looked at that whore and I was stunned. I said, girl, put on some clothes. And she bowed her head. And then the pimp asked, laughing in the nice cries to her, oh, baby. Surprise. I heard him ask what she said. I said, I'll tell you what. I said, put some clothes on that bitch. We got children walking around here. And he started laughing. And then, this is all because of that dispensary and 900 Westmoreland. And then, oh my God. It was incredible. It's like walking a dispensary here in Washington State or Oregon now. Oh my God. Anyway, there's no accountability. None. None. Then you have corporations like Pacific Seafood Incorporated, Washington Crab, right here on 200 East Dock Street. My husband worked 1,400 hours for them, and I witnessed everything from flesh peddling by a black woman who has 7 children. She making good money. Do you think she got her kids with her? Her kids are with her mother in Aberdeen on welfare. You know how much welfare 7 kids bring? Ask the Mexicans. Yeah, she's supporting her convict husband. And she peddles not only dope, I have pictures where her and an effeminate married man were busily going through the truck cleaning out all the drugs out of their truck van. And I took pictures. Yet, where is the accountability? They said, but they're the diamond philosophy. Where's the brilliance? I saw whores brought in there to the DAP. That's an International Waste Solutions, the FRC, International Waste Solutions. When Oral started working there, they had toxic stuff coming out. Sometimes I don't know how the hell that stuff got 5 feet, 7 feet up high, but I don't know. They were partying. Where's the accountability? They say there's self-governance. They hired over 150 between both subsidiaries, Ocean Gold Seafood and Pacific Seafood. Illegals. And when we were there, they still were hiring illegals because they told me they were illegal. Where's the accountability? That job they given, they can give it to one of us. Why not? El aclama, ¿por qué no? Then they do their matchmaking. What kind of shit is that? My husband and I have been married 32 years. And it has been intense. Intense. He's a recovering drug addict from the age of 9 years old. Because he comes from a family, a mother that allowed her lover, her husband, well, second husband, to beat him. Where's the accountability of the town of Orden, Washington? Where's the accountability of the schools? And whoa. You cannot take drugs from the age of 9 till 2004 when I returned. Because I needed an 18-year break. Oh, praise the Lord, did I grow. Suppose accountability. Where's the accountability of that town? Like a corporation, that's what they are. All of them. Suppose I had a car full of Mexicans in a purple van. Curse me out. Curse me out. Where's the accountability? Where's the diamond philosophy? Then, there was another one, because my husband does have an issue with morality. And let me tell you, it's difficult. Very difficult. I know what Hillary Rodham Clinton went through. But she chose it. I didn't. Government failed me. Suppose. That's another story. Accountability. Suppose I started protesting them. They gave Orville crystal meth. And he beat the shit out of me. Where's the accountability of Frank DeLuche, the CEO, who has stolen from the fishermen? Where's the accountability? Well, apparently it's not in their employees. I was so good at protesting. I don't know what I'm burning. I was so good at protesting. And only one person, me. And it felt good. I mean, I felt like Berkeley tree was growing right there with me. Anyway, I went to the city council. Accountability, government. All these are entities that control our hope. Our hope for without employment, there is concrete angels. Suppose I was angry, most disturbed. And then I started meeting him for lunch and for break. Mind you, he never took breaks, he never took lunch. Never. And when I did, they had a temporary from Express Mail, temporary in Aberdeen, a Hawaiian, who was literally a temporary. Orville was permanent now. A temporary, I have never heard of that. Monitoring Orville. He would tell Orville, you sit right in front of this machine or I can't take a lunch. Orville was doing 4 or 5 things at one time. And walking the temptation here. They call me a taker. Yet I made sure my husband was outfitted in that nasty rain gear that don't last not even 6 months. That I'm a taker. They bring him whores from the inside out. God dang it, that black woman from Seven Sorrows of Aberdeen, the convict, was chasing Orville. Oh, everybody heard it. That naughty one pawn, white supremacists. They witness. Everybody witnesses. Orville kept screaming, make her get away from me. I'm going to report her to Bill Sarkozy. I got work to do. Asked Rob. That black bitch was so hot for him, it was incredible. And she caused an accident. She did. She got him stoned. Keith and Orville. I was hot as shit. And like I said, I went to the city council. At first I was going to ask them for shelter because Westport Food Bank had told me, not the bank but the people to go there, that here in Westport they got shelter from $450 a month up to $650, $700, whatever. They go there. They got cabins. Surprised I went to the city council. As I did to the city council in Aberdeen, city council in Los Angeles. How you doing, Garcetti? I'm not done with you, boy. Oh, it smells like fire. It's so beautiful. Anyway, I was pissed. And there was another, because you see, William Sarkozy, one of the supervisors, was really angry with Orville, most disturbed. Because I was, hey baby, it only takes one to move a thought. And when you're in the Holy Ghost, hang on tight, here's your hemp rope. Surprise! I was carrying the flag. And I would go like this on my arm and do like this. And point at them. Surprised they got these cops coming, stopping me. It got real. Well, every time I was out there, 91 Pond, it's a bordello, you know. And they're not very bright. They don't know the Constitution. Surprise, they call the cops. This ain't a big town. It's only 2018. Every time, and the cops admitted it, they're Gomers. Every time I go out there and do this, they get calls and complaints. Oh, I smell a fire. It's beautiful. Anyway, out comes the plant manager, William Waterman, and William Sarkozy. And they had this big fat Mexican that lied to torment Orville. Out there. He actually took people off the line. He took out that black hole, because that's what she is. Not a mother or a human thing. Surprised they took her out. They took out Carmen, who walked a lie with the police. All of them came out, because I was standing right in front of 200 East Dock Street. And holding the flag, and I put my MP3 so I don't have to hear them. And I dance, whatever. And it's only for microgram. I don't get enough exercise to do it longer. I want you to know, all of them were out there making fun of me, of my sign language. If I ever get primary care call, speak about accountability. If I ever get primary care, I'm having my hearing tested. My eyesight. Accountability. Grown adult men. Grown adult men. I had a Mexican in a little red car. Boy, I would sit there and I look at that woman. I said, who gave her? Is she not even permanent? Express temporary. That's the kind of shit they got. Don't look at their URL because it's too white. The truth isn't what they sent out. Anyway, this woman thought she was going to go off on Orville. Oh, let me tell you something. It's just an easy. For he knows what the kind of people they are, as does all of America. And that bitch in a cot with David, a supervisor. Mind you, these are supposed to be of a diamond philosophy. And I read it. I don't think it can read or understand. Okay. Accountability. Everyone takes a weed break. Everybody smoking on the job. Everybody. There's more to say. I need to take a break. But Orwell has returned to work. And just today, again, it's like these people who run these corporations. They want to make you feel lucky you working. They want to make you feel lucky it's not enough you can do the job. It's like this Westport shipyard. They racist. And Orwell was a white man. Orwell was born here in King County. But you see, Orwell already walked what they walked. And he's already out of it. But they keep wanting him to be a part of it. Accountability. So far as Orwell went back today, mind you, yesterday they couldn't give him safety glasses. And he couldn't see cleaning machines that need to be locked to make sure that, because you got to lock them. Because you know you got some Masons working here. They will start the machine, because they have. Marcus T., a Mexican, who I spoke with. And we spoke. I said, boy, you better turn yourself to God. Well, I know God don't want me no more because all bad I done, that's bullshit. Just don't do it no more. And he hated Orwell. To the point in front of the city inspector of Westport, Washington, and a safety inspector. Name is Lee, big fat man. Marcus T. was pissed at Orwell because he was working and everything. That's all he was doing. Of course, he was doing other stuff, but god dang it. The Mexicans knows what kind of people they are, and they're women folk. Surprise, Orwell was doing bioshell and shrimp and crab. Okay. They were already pissed in there. They already showed Orwell they didn't like him. William Sikosi wanted to teach Orwell a lesson and put him in there with crab. Well, these Mexicans, you're not going to believe this. We're throwing the crab at Orwell. And Orwell said, you throw that shit at me one more time, I swear. And he would. I know Orwell. He's hardcore. Street. He survived an Ording, Washington mother and a community like Ording. He can only take so much before you're going to, ooh. Surprised they were pissed. And that Mexican was laughing. They have a supervisor named Bertie. She's a champion of domestic violence. I was protesting up there by the water plant, sewer plant, whatever they got over there. That bitch pulled over in her nice truck and asked me to come. Who are you? What you doing? I said, bitch, I tell you these people, and these are managers. Zavaz, I want you that they started, Marcus started pushing the bile faster than the altar could take it. And literally broke the son of a bitch. Orwell got angry. He's responsible for that. And odd, can you imagine? An employee who cares. Anyway, it's like a diamond philosophy. Surprise. Right away, Marcus T. wanted to fight. You know how these Mexicans are when they got a whole bunch of others around them. I heard it all the way to the truck. All the way to the goddamn truck. But I'm not allowed. I wasn't allowed then. On the property. Only whores of Westport and Aberdeen, Raymond, and all these other places are allowed there. I mean, that purple band brought in a whore on purpose. I mean, she was so high, it was incredible. Walked right up there. All saw that, he knew better. He knew better. Anyway, lead a safety man, fool, pig of, excuse me, I do mean it. Anyway, he did nothing. The city inspector, government, did nothing. Nothing. And they continued. God dang, one guy from the docks. Oh God, you should see these dock bosses. They're nothing but girly bitches. I mean, my father is a captain of a shrimp boat. And I mean #1 catch captain. And he'd be stunned by these people that run these docks. Nothing but punks. Nothing but punks. I mean, that dock boss has bothered me more than that black car and his other car. Dang, I told over, don't they know we married? Don't they know I'm not like you? Accountability. Surprise. They laid them off. They were pissed. Oh my God, white supremacists. God, that nothing worked. And all the time these cops taught me, I kept, even the chief of police, Ross now. I said, boy, don't you remember when I went to the city council? Do you remember what Mayor Bailey said? Then, the rope. One moment, please. This rope. One moment. This rope is what kept the table together in the FRC. Their shit too. In the FRC. So, because what good is it to have a treasure of that invention, of that caliber, meant to protect the community, when you don't give a hell who's running it? Surprise. This rope kept the chair together. Oh, they had just hired a black boy. And he had value. Keith asked him, the one that stole oysters from Bay City Oysters in Oregon. And I mean a lot. You can ask the FRC, International Waste Systems, Gopher Chemical or whatever. I was stunned. They coming off of Orville. Keith stole 4 boxes of shrimp. Do you know how much shrimp that is? And they threw it away in the inside on purpose. Accountability. Then they asked that black boy, can I call you my little nigga? Orville made the mistake of coming telling me. I'm from the South. Orville worked the DAP one time. They didn't want him to have the job because I was speaking truth. Ain't that something? I told Orville, you go fix that table. And you bring me that rope. And he did. Because Orville doesn't like what black Americans do. Doesn't like what Mexicans do. Don't like what white people do. He's becoming more and more like me. Surprise. Accountability. Black lives have value. Accountability, baby. Accountability. You're like that ignorant Mexican woman. We want our boys heard. For what? You want everything for free. For what? With your boys? You do what we say or we terrorize you and we blame you? How many times? Accountability. Has Trump been attacked? Morality? What the hell are you talking about morality? I got stories to talk about morality. But when all returned to work today, these motherfuckers wanted to make sure, oh, you should have heard them. Well, we heard your wife and everything and all that, and you out there smoking, goddamn, y'all doing crystal meth. Orville had to tell them, told Bill Sarkozy, the supervisor, because they drank in there in that place. Can you imagine? They don't even use the lye, the chemical. It's a lye. It's a chemical thing. Because they're too lazy. They're too lazy. Accountability. Black lives have value. Accountability. Well, they told Orwell that he couldn't do this, he couldn't do that, and bad mouthing me. Corporate accountability. I ask you to sign this petition. Ending sanctuary cities. We have over 93 million who just don't, they gave up. Yeah, you go to places like Aberdeen and every Mexican you can find is working except the white folk. No, Mom? Device. 1 hour, 13 minutes. This is a trial run. I'm going to be doing another one until I get it correct. Accountability. That's our government. Orville was told by Rob to go out in the road that is public to yank this rope off my neck. City workers saw him. I have been running sugars for 11 months of 400 and above, unregistered. As recent as last week. They couldn't. They finally gave me my insulins, but below they denied me my test strips. Accountability. How can you talk about accountability without everyone lacks it? From government to community. Accountability. They had to put him down and say what? Accountability. These people are criminals. Instead of transferring him like they were supposed to, like most corporations, well, some corporations do, like they did me. Accountability, Oregon Health Division, Public Health. But they tried to murder me. Accountability. Accountability for precision cast parts. Larry Hobbs, an engineer, a manager, walked around with his mail route in hand. Accountability. They found my cancer when it was a lump. Motherfucking accountability. Providence Gleason in Oregon. Accountability. Corporations, small businesses. Shop and curl. Their customer service is more like a easy bake oven of Hitler. Just today. And I try and I tell these people, please. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. A little piece of white trash, man. Little boy running. To do what? Accountability. When we first moved here, 11 months ago, the little girls were so upset. Entangled, I ain't even started protesting yet. Sold us rotten burritos. Accountability. Accountability. I'm not a professional. And I will continue to upload if they let me. Accountability. The Cranberry Motel, run by a Korean, uses Wi-Fi, though he publishes in newspapers that it is part of the deal of $650 a month. Use it as a little Kim Jong-un. How little of character is a man that sits there by the modem and just unplugs it from the telephone. Accountability. Both Xfinity of Aberdeen and the Jungle Technology. In fact, Jungle Technology told me, why don't you talk to him? Accountability. The back of the Cascades. Suffice. Your manner. Your manner of audacity is not of God. Accountability. Police. My husband and that cop spoke. Well, maybe she needs mental health. He motherfucker came over and tried to give me a card. I wish I had a copy of the Constitution. In a time when cops are proven to be unable to self-governance themselves. In a time when they are greatly needed. They seem to be lost in their home training. Suffice. It's time to close up the place. Ain't that something in a small town? In a small town. Suffice, I upload the other video that Old and I did this morning. If Kim Jong-un Cranberry Motel, maybe he's being entertained by one of his tenants. Suffice. Whew, it's incredible. America. How many of Bernie Sanders' followers who want something for nothing? What will they do when the reality hits? It's not going to walk. If crooked Hillary goes to prison, which she should, they're going to bring in that Biden. Boy, does he know how to use grief. That man can't keep his hands off, even in front of the cameras, off women and little girls. It's most unseemly. It's so unpresidential. Surprise. It's up to you, America. Sign this petition to uphold Constitution and USA law. Retroactive fine. Demand the money we handed these sanctuary states like Washington, California, Oregon. Sign this petition, because even signed won't do nothing unless we have a president who understands the grief, the tear of concrete angels. Can you imagine? He went back to more, and it's like, and they blame me. Well, that's cool. But I have a book, and I got stories. Can you imagine? And then accountability. Cheryl Haywood, director of the Timberline Regional Library in Westport. Accountability. Only to the corporation, Washington Crown producers. Surprised. In grace of God be blessed. Amen. Amen. Like I say, this is just the first one. I'll have to do many over again. It's pandemic. It is. You like my hair? It's pandemic. In grace of God be blessed. And amen of amen. And we, the people, walk in Constitution and USA law lacking clarity of protocol, much less comprehension of civil rights. Charge you states that provide the sanctuary for these criminals with crimes against humanity. I am still without primary care. I begin to run out. I'm going to run out of the medication for my blood pressure. They couldn't even read my blood pressure because my sugar was so high. Suffice, it's up to you, America. It's up to you. Because it's either now or you're going to do it later. I've always said on Facebook, what you call friend now, you will know as enemy. For our resources are limited. Most limited. As corporations hand to criminals our jobs. And then we got more coming. We got more coming from Syria. This is not our problem. Hell no, not our problem. We don't all send them to Saudi Arabia. They know how to treat women. And I do believe those men like to rape women. I guess they can't take no for an answer. Sounds like the 91 Pond. In grace be blessed. Oh, we got some safety glasses. Accountability. One plant is totally for surveillance. Totally. That's for OSHA. That's window dressing, right, Frank Deluge? The other plant, which is responsible from poisoning our zoo For the community don't care. It's just who I care about. It's without surveillance. They have a man there by the name of Steve. He kills birds. It's like those express employees would take us. They were Mexicans. Call them of course. They were Mexicans. Would take us and throw it at the birds. And I took to the city council 2 bags of garbage I found there. Panty liners. It was like a hood Los Angeles Carly Ponte school. A school. Mexicans would do their business and throw the condoms there. Shoot up their drugs and put it there. Sounds like the parks of Aberdeen. It sounds like Dock Street. Accountability. Accountability begins when your egos meet your philosophy. Teamwork. Teamwork. They gave Orwell, a recovering addict, for you're always recovering, crystal meth. He hadn't done it in years. Welcome home. Welcome home, sir. And now they all want to be friends. Not in my book. Accountability. It is the corporations of these elk that want this labor. We already have that in those black people and them white trash. Accountability. The post office is not ADA compliant. Accountability. And grace.